You know what it is, bro? It is hot outside for the first time in a while. It's like really hot, and I'm distracted, bro.
What does really hot mean to you?
Warm. High temperatures.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the degrees is, but I just stepped outside and I felt like it was like I was sweating a little bit.
Like it was comfortable.
You know
this is great weather out here. This is beautiful weather.
Are you arguing with me about the weather?
I am.
I don't think he said it was bad weather.
Wait, what?
Hot would imply if it like so hot would imply you're not like into it.
Were you offended by my comment at the weather?
Yeah. You know, because you're just coming on here, you're like, yo, like LA don't even fuck with pride, you know. I'm like, all right, that's fine. LA don't do this. LA don't do that. LA
Spencer
don't
from LA.
LA don't have good food spots.
He's
Housing. LA is expensive. LA sucks. LA sucks. The one thing that like you can't really like fuck with is just this like perfect weather outside.
Right.
Low humidity. High 70s to mid 80s, coastal breeze if you're where we're at.
Yeah,
this is literally like perfect weather. So if you have a problem with this, I don't know what to tell you.
Going in depth about the weather.
No, that was
2
crazy.
minutes in is crazy.
The weather is beautiful today.
That was crazy.
I don't like when we can't appreciate the blessings right in front of us. God is good every day.
That's
Life
what
is
I'm working
beautiful.
on. That's what I'm working on.
Life is beautiful. If we are just talking about it like, oh, it's so hot, I'm unfocused. How about we talk about, oh, what a great day it is to be alive in Los Angeles. How lucky are we to be in this city?
I think we spent so much time apart that we've all kind of gone misaligned a little bit. I think we've all been doing our own things in our own mental spaces. You know what I mean? We need an episode, just a couple topics to get us back together thinking on the same page. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You've been traveling everywhere, seeing the world. Very blessed.
Very blessed.
Happy for you. You know what I mean? Osei been outside too.
Mm-hmm.
Really in the field. Niggas seeing him. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get like my 2 brothers over here. This is the inspiration. You know what I'm saying? What's the coolest thing y'all did this week? Some positive shit.
I think the coolest thing was going to the Huncho concert.
Okay.
Because I thought it was cool to see somebody that I had met at an early stage, like grow so much, like musically, but also just like literally his fan base was crazy big.
Yeah.
Like selling out the Novo is not a small task, and I feel like people were engaged, people knew the lyrics, like everybody came dressed for the occasion. It was cool to see somebody like come up from like 0, and I'm not saying he's at 100 right now, but he's definitely headed to like a good place.
What do you mean by dress for the occasion?
I mean, I don't know. I think like people. I go to a lot of shows.
Like what's
maybe.
like Huncho attire?
What is Huncho attire? That's really funny.
Atlanta niggas everywhere.
No, that's what it felt like. It did feel like I was.
I had to ask Osei before we started because I know you saw his Instagram story too.
I actually didn't. What was it?
Congrats, brother, at Huncho.
Oh, I did see that.
I was not aware of Osei's personal relationship with Huncho.
I was also unfamiliar.
So I had to make sure that he wasn't just saying congrats, brother, to some random nigga on stage.
I mean, look, I'm not going to act like we're like best friends or anything, but we did spend a lot of time together at the beginning, like when I was still working with him.
He still follows you on the gram. So you
actually,
you know what I'm saying? That's as long as you have that barrier, you could call him brother in a public place. I'm not gonna judge you for that. You know what I mean?
I saw that real quick and I was like, I could think about this or I could not.
I
chose not to. But I'm glad that is your real life brother.
I hate niggas. That's cool. I haven't done anything interesting in a.
That's a lie, bro. You be doing cool shit all the time.
I'd be like, I'd be working, bro. I'm trying to stay afloat.
I mean, that's cool though. You do cool shit for work.
It's really hard, bro. I think this is any job. I think any new job you get the first couple months, any adult job, I'm realizing now because I think niggas had internships for so long and shit like that. Like there is a very difficult adjustment period, and I'm going through that now. Just trying to like make sure I'm like getting what I'm supposed to get done at a baseline level. I can't really like excel, so I've just been like. Not even locked in like I should be because I feel like I could do better. But yeah, it's been literally just work-related shit for me recently, bro. I got to take a vacation.
You do need a vacation, but you're focused. You're locked in.
That'd be fine.
I mean, you're never going to do as much as you want to do, but be proud of yourself.
Nah, facts. I'm trying to get a little better at it. You know what I mean? You got to stop and smell the roses and shit. We be looking back. We do a lot of cool shit. You know what I mean? We're around a lot of cool shit. Get to have some unique experiences, which is always fun.
Coolest thing I did was I ate paella for the first time.
That's that shit.
Yeah, I had never had it. Shit. I was at a really good Spanish restaurant in the Bay, one of the best restaurants I've been to, and we had like incredible ahi tuna tacos, like mini tacos and empanadas, and like calamari, shrimp, and Brussels sprouts as appetizers, and then we had lobster and shrimp paella, and it was fucking incredible. It was one of my favorite meals I've had. It was for my mom's 60th birthday. Shout out mom. Shout out Deb if you're watching this.
Of course.
Yep, I love you. Happy birthday. But yeah, that was the best experience I had this week.
Ooh,
Good food.
Whole other question. First of all, this is my rich friend. You know what I mean? Be eating good. You know what I mean? Plate always full. But what are y'all doing for Father's Day? Right?
Yeah.
Are y'all doing anything in specific? Do we be disrespecting Father's Day in an open forum?
For sure.
I might be home. I'm not sure.
Father's Day always definitely gets, forgotten.
And I feel like the older I get, the crazier I realize it is.
Because you're getting closer to being you, and you don't want to just be forgotten.
And like,
no
just
gifts.
like, as you get a little bit of money in your pockets. You start to do things that you couldn't do earlier. You're like, damn, I want to really go all out for Mother's Day. You know what I mean? I want to do something for my mom, you know what I mean? Or any of the women in my life that I know are mothers too. But then like Father's Day comes around. It's not that I don't want to go above and beyond, but it's like, damn, I don't even know what's coming up a lot of the time till like last minute.
Yep.
I feel like don't nobody be talking about it. Don't no one be like, it's just like, here.
It's not really advertised the same way.
Yeah, what is that?
It's just dads, you know what I mean? It's like less stakes. Because if you fuck up Mother's Day, it's going to be like a problem, right? Your mom's going to like be pissed and your dad's going to be on edge. And, you know what I mean? The whole family dynamic's going to be thrown off. But if you like don't really do Father's Day, I feel like dad's not going to be upset about that.
That's nasty work. Are y'all going to be the type of dads to expect some shit?
Yep.
No, probably not.
No, just like man of the house, I don't need nothing.
No, just life of service, bro. That's what we do it for.
That's cool.
Life of service.
Life of service is cool, but couldn't be me, I need to get served on Father's Day. That's your one day. You know what I mean? Like, they need to at least like buy some shit. If you don't want to put in the effort, ideally I want the effort, but if you don't got the effort, buy me some shit.
I feel like I was about to say, the older I get, I just want to be left alone. Give me a day. Don't ask nothing for me. It's just, let me just chill. Do whatever I want to do. That is peace to me for sure. 70-year-old man over here. We did get new music this week.
Yeah,
that was dope. I feel like the summer is back hot, especially with this new K Tronada album that came out.
Yep,
one of the best releases of the year so far to me. How we feeling about it a couple days in?
Hard for me to judge just because of setting. You know what I mean? I've been the only time I've listened to music since it came out was in my car, alone. You know what I mean? And I think that's music that's going to be really circumstantial for me. But like Witchy is incredible. There was another song on there that I added that I played a lot. I forgot the name of it though.
I love the Duran Burner song. Witchy has been the most played song for me easily the last couple of days. I like the Pink Panthers one too.
I like the Pink Panthers one. I also like the Charlotte Day Wilson song Still. Yeah, that one's really good.
Crazy. She's someone who I like low-key sleep on.
Yeah, I do too.
She has a lot of really, really dope solo stuff that I want to tap into. How do you feel about Osai?
I feel like I've been listening to the Tems album a little bit more, and still the Ayra album. Yeah, those have kind of been my focus.
Yeah,
to be honest, I need to go back and like listen again to the K Tronada album. But I don't know. I think when we listen and when I've listened since, I haven't been as in love with it as I thought.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Witchy's a standout. We shouldn't have listened to the Don Toliver song first. I feel like that threw off my vibe.
Why you didn't like the Don Toliver song?
I don't think that's a strong song.
That's fair. I think that it's a little weird for me too with his voice on there. I don't know. I don't hate it at all, but like it's not my favorite on the album, which was surprising because I feel like that's a duo I wanted together to be really successful. Mm-hmm. We did love Tems.
Tems was incredible.
We're all fans of that.
Yeah, for sure.
That delivered. I was a little nervous because you were playing it when we were doing reactions and. I forgot you were playing it, and I was like, oh, it was nothing like really standing out. But then I listened to it on my own, and it definitely did what it needed to do.
It's a different type of album, we're not going to be jumping up and down and doing all this shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to say it was chill, but she had some upbeat moments on here too.
For sure.
That was pretty surprising for her. I think Tems is just such a beautiful writer, beautiful singer that she's able to kind of like not get away with that, but that's just the bag that she's in. Tranquil little Sunday morning vibes. This had a little bit of bite to it.
There were some bouncy songs.
Yeah. I was happy to see that from her. Very, very strong project.
Also, just some real soulful joints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like honestly, she most reminded me of like Sade on this project. Many times, especially on different choruses when she'd kind of like speak softly, sing softly. You know what I mean? Instead of like in full power, she'd kind of like and then like save that for the end of the song when she'd really unleash. But Yeah, this was a great project.
I'm a fan. Now,
Favorite songs?
Wickedest is one of my favorite songs right now.
I can't lie. I've been listening to the J. Cole song a lot.
The J. Cole song is great.
I've been
Free
listening
Fall?
to the J. Cole song a lot.
That Cole verse is a great verse from Cole.
Gangsta's pretty good.
I like Ready a lot and Gangsta. That's a good run.
I think T Unit was an interesting cut too, like showing some versatility, rapping a little bit.
Oh yeah,
I'm blinking on how that one sounds. I gotta listen to it again.
I like Turn Me Up.
I don't know. It's one of those things too where I think the whole album is great.
Yeah.
Like it's one like I've pressed play on it and like not looked at my phone, just let it go while I'm doing other things. Not to say I don't want to get that misconstrued with background music, but when I'm trying to set a vibe for myself even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what she's talking about too, I feel like Tems is a very self-reflective person.
Yeah.
Like it's not how this situation affected me or talking a lot about the outside world, more so about how I feel inside and how that's affecting my perception of things.
Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, I'm a really big fan of it. If we're comparing, because you know that's what niggas got to do on a podcast.
Yeah.
Ayra dropped a week earlier. I like the Ayra album a little more, I think.
Yeah?
I think so. Now I have had longer to live with it.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing the fuck out of the Ayra album. So I think just, you know, that's why. But it's close. But yeah, I give the edge to Ayra off an extra week of listening.
I think it's more upbeat and it's a little bit easier to listen to like in multiple settings in the Tems project. Tems is definitely a more like mellow, subdued album. But what I was surprised by was how close I do feel like these albums are in terms of skill level and delivery, which really makes me feel like Ayra is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also sonically, because it felt like they both definitely were rooted in like especially like African drums to me, but the experimental with more American sounds across both projects I think was a little bit surprising to me at how much it was. You know, Tems, like when she did a lot of those slower songs, she was diving into like soul and like a lot of like there was some indie rock stuff on there. You know what I mean? Like just some indie rock, indie pop, bedroom pop stuff that I didn't really know she did like that.
I think that you hit it on the head too when you said like the approach that they took vocally. Like Tems was playing with song structure a little bit and how she could use her voice, kind of pulling back at certain points just to like maybe deliver a message or an emotion that she was trying to get across. Whereas I feel like Ayra almost tried to tee up a little bit. Like she was cursing a little bit more than I feel like I'm used to with her, like talking a little bit more spicy. It was very, very high energy to me, and this is no hate, because once again, like these are all great individual artists who make different music. Everything that people were saying about Tyla and everything that I wanted out of that Tyla album, I feel like I got from Ayra, honestly.
Yeah, or the Tems album. I was thinking about Tyla while I was listening to the Tems album too.
Yeah, I think that they are just really, really like they're blending R&B and Afrobeat so beautifully. And then like you said with Tems too, she's taking it a step further, like doing like other types of elements. Yeah, they felt like really, really artistic albums. But yeah, Ayra's been the one since 19 and Dangerous. We talked about it. When was that? 2 years ago? Yeah. She was on the best new artist list for us. And like, just her age, like she puts it in front of you all the time. She's 21 years old now. The fact that she's doing this is ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. Very, very mature for her age. So that's dope.
With all that being said, I will give the edge to Tems. Yeah. For me personally, I like the Tems album a little bit more. Like you guys said, the Ayra album will probably get more play. It's easier to press play on, but there were more wow moments for me on the Tems album, more moments that made me like replay a song, you know what I mean, or be like, what is this? You just like, you know, so that was a really incredible first listen, but both great projects.
Yep. And then we also got some more women, this time on the rap side. Lotto teamed up with Meg and Flo Milli for the Sunday Service remix. Yep. Go check out that reaction on the channel. I want to kind of talk about this in tandem with the list that Billboard released of the 10 hottest female rappers right now. So I'm going to run down the list for y'all one time. And then, okay, well, I guess to talk about the song first and foremost, I think Lotto obviously bodied it the first time with Sunday Service. We saw the Get in the Booth Bitch t-shirt. We know that she was kind of taking shots at Ice Spice, allegedly. I don't think that energy was continued through the features. I think that it was just kind of them talking shit. I don't think there was like any more shots. It didn't feel like a like aggressive diss track.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was really cool. Flo, like we said in the reaction, has been killing shit recently. It's dope to see her outside. I feel like she's kind of had a resurgence after she popped off like 4 or 5 years ago, really. And then Meg did her thing. This was the best Meg verse I've heard in a while.
Yeah, I like the Meg part too.
But yeah, Billboard dropped this list of top 10 hottest right now. I don't think they're saying best. I think they're saying right now, this moment in 2024, these are the most relevant female rappers right now.
Yeah, let's go.
At number 10, we have Flo Milli. Number 9, we have JT. 8, we have Lotto. 7, Cardi B. 6, Glorilla. 5, Ice Spice. 4, Doja Cat. 3, Meg. 2, Sexy Red. And 1, Nicki Minaj.
That's interesting.
I'm not mad at it, to be honest. I don't think it's perfect, but I don't think it's like very inaccurate. I love the love for JT because I think that she's definitely gearing up for a project that I think is going to actually resonate with people. I think that people know that now she was probably the strongest member of the City Girls.
Yeah.
Which is no small thing because they were obviously going crazy. Nicki at 1 is interesting to me, but she's coming off a great year.
Yeah, I don't know if she's the hottest woman rapper out, to be honest. Like, if I'm just gauging like what I'm excited to listen to, I don't know if like a new Nicki single is like the hottest. What do you guys think?
I think what do you think?
No, I think she still holds that spot. I mean, what the album dropped this year, right? Or was it?
I think early this year. I think at the
it was.
top of
It was
year,
early
right?
this year. Had a few hit singles off of it with the Uzi song, and then also On My Tippies.
Yeah, fuck the club up.
Yeah, like I think she's. I mean, obviously she's the biggest female rapper out, and like the one of the ones that's been around the longest, and I feel like she's still relevant and holding the spot. I don't know why she wouldn't be at number 1. It was interesting to see how low they placed Cardi, but I also feel like when you don't drop music consistently,
And I feel like every time Nicki has popped out, there's been results.
Yeah.
Tangible results.
I can't be mad at Nicki at number 1. I mean, I think Doja is number 2.
Okay, it's difficult to say because I was surprised because Billboard, I think a big thing with them is charts, genre versatility, all of that. You would think that they're going to put some respect on Doja's names because we've seen the numbers that she does. She just did Coachella, which is huge.
The deluxe album did well too for Scarlett. People like that.
I didn't hear as much about it.
Yeah. But did you listen to it?
Yeah. And
cool.
I like it a lot, honestly. Like I think Doja's project was great, but was that the back end of last year?
Yeah.
Like I more so
just at the same time as Nicki's.
Yeah, but Nicki had the moments all at the start of this year.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think the album dropped. I think Nicki's album dropped this year, no?
I thought it was last fall. It might have been, or last winter. It might have been this year though.
I could be tripping, but I think that this position for Doja was definitely not a talent thing or an ability thing or even just like talking about quality of last project because I think in all those boxes she checks, I think it's just, she's been quiet recently. Besides Coachella, I don't feel like I've really seen Doja or heard from her that much.
I like to think about hottest as like if I was an artist, like which one of these artists as like a potential feature would be more exciting to me. Because I feel like that kind of plays into your relevance, your talent, but also like your momentum currently, you know? I think anyone's taking a Doja feature over a Sexy Red feature right now.
I don't know about that.
I know Sexy Red's hot, but I don't think, like you were saying, you didn't hear much about the deluxe album. I'm not hearing Sexy Red's album.
I agree with that. I'm flipping, but I see her everywhere.
But she just dropped an album, and do you hear the music?
I think You My Everything is doing well.
Yeah.
With Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go my top 3, Nicki, Sexy, Doja. Probably. That's mine. I think Meg at... do you put Ice Spice? Ice Spice and Meg... I low-key put Glorilla in front of Ice Spice and Meg.
Me too. Glow's my 4.
That's a new development, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a new development.
She's just cooler. I feel like
for
she's
sure.
definitely like
For sure.
maybe the coolest artist on this list to like everyone, you know?
But I do think that one thing working in Meg's favor is one of the things that's pushing Glorilla up is a feature with her. Mm-hmm. Meg's on the Wannabe song, which matters. Meg is hopping on these remixes too. So I'm not...
Yeah, Meg's everywhere right now, and she's rolling out an album.
Yeah, Cardi B... Top 10 is fair. You know what I mean? I think that we can't get lost in that. They're still saying that these are the 10 best. So, like, being anywhere on the list isn't really like, oh, you're not doing shit.
Yeah.
But I just don't think the music's been resonating. So, I think that this is probably an accurate position. Because if she still has the potential to crack off and go crazy and deliver a great verse. It just feels like the solo stuff hasn't resonated as much, but top 10 is not bad. I thought Lotto would be higher.
Lotto should be higher.
She should be higher, but she's another one also who hasn't popped out. This Sunday Service remix was the first thing I've heard from her in a minute.
Yeah.
And then JT we talked about.
Has JT dropped music lately?
She did okay. That song, like what, a month, 2 months ago. But yeah, I think she's getting ready to roll an album this year too, which would be very, very solid.
I would assume they're like accounting for all the City Girl stuff too, because her by herself in terms of solo music is not strong enough to be on this list.
I think they're just talking about like the moment though. You know, they're not really talking about any of these people's body of work, because they're talking about body of work. Cardi's like got to be number 2,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out all the women killing shit. You know
Is there anyone left off?
I think we always talk about Doechii.
Yeah, I don't know if she's moving the needle right now. To be honest, I haven't really heard that name since what it is. Like I've tapped into all the releases, but it seems like it's not streaming kind of like it was for a second there.
Yeah. That Alter Ego song is good.
Yeah,
that also has JT on it, but yeah.
She's got to get something to go.
She's got to get a pop thing. Maybe calling a little SZA feature. See what TDE could do. Maybe she'll be at the fucking Kendrick thing.
I bet she will be.
That'll be fly. Are any of us going to that?
No, I don't think I am. I don't think I can.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it.
I don't think I will be there, but that's gonna have LA in a ruckus for sure.
I mean, you and me. I know you'll be busy getting ready for the party, but we should even like live stream it, react to it.
I'm not mad at
Watch
that.
it live in here.
I'm gonna be so hurt.
Me too.
I'm gonna be so
Me too,
hurt.
but there was no way. Did you look at tickets?
I didn't even have I wasn't gonna do that. I was
Yeah.
not about to sit in that queue. I had things to do. What do we think is gonna be the result of this? Who's gonna pop out? What's gonna be the reception? What are the vibes around it to you guys?
Let's start with guess who we think is gonna be there.
Okay.
We confirmed no Mustard is gonna be there. Mustard's dropping an album. I'm really excited for that.
I'm very excited.
That's
for
gonna
that.
be fucking great. LA's back.
The last one he did was great.
Yeah. I think Keem will be there. You know, they move in
sure.
tandem pretty well.
Yeah.
His TDE people?
You know,
I don't know what the relationships are like, but
I would bet that Schoolboy Q would be there. He just dropped the project.
yeah. I bet Q's there.
I feel like Q and J Rock fit the vibe that he's probably going for. J Rock just hasn't dropped anything in forever, so I'm like, what would he be doing?
Yeah.
Do you think SZA pops out for him?
SZA could pop out. No, you don't think so?
Well, I don't know, because I do think about it from a relationship perspective. Like everything Kendrick does is still anti-Drake if you are talking about relationships within the industry. So I do think people have to take that into account, and I don't know if SZA would.
SZA would
necessarily make that
100%
move.
stand by Kendrick over Drake 10 times out of 10. They real life know each other.
I don't know if that's 1,000% true.
I
Like
think that's
I think
1,000% true.
yes, like stand by, but like come out and perform.
Yeah,
I think she would too.
Yeah, and I don't think Drake will hold that against her. Like she really knows him. You know what I mean? Like there's legitimate history there of like friendship. You know what I mean? Looking out for each other and shit. Done music together. Her and Drake is like a new thing for me. And like they had like,
I mean, that's not a new thing.
you know what I'm
That's
saying?
an old thing.
Yeah, that's like a whole different
It's a whole different thing.
situation, anyways. But I don't know who are some other people. Maybe like I was gonna say like Terrence Martin. Like those type of people.
I mean, yeah.
You know what
I mean, I don't think he's going to like announce him or anything, but I bet Terrence is there.
Like pops out, does a
backstage,
little-
maybe playing the keys.
Yeah, type shit.
You know, Robert Glasper could be there.
Anderson.
So I was thinking about Anderson. I feel like Anderson will be there.
Okay.
I feel like they are friends, and Anderson's rolling an album out. It makes sense. You know what I mean? I feel like Tyler, the Creator, might be there. It's a long shot, but I feel like I see their relationship developing, Kendrick and Tyler, and I feel like Tyler's made an effort to really be LA. Like he's always made an effort to rep LA, where he's from, rep his city, but it seems a little bit more important as of late. I don't necessarily have anything to base this off of. This is just perception, but I could totally see Tyler there, even if it's just like vibing backstage. I think he's gonna be in the building.
That wouldn't be shocking to me. I think that'd be dope too. I love that because it shows the versatility of LA.
Yeah,
Like there's really because like Compton's like not to say it's not LA, but it's so far away
Yeah.
from so many other places. You know what I mean? And I think Tyler is very ingratiated in that Ladera Heights, View Park,
Fairfax.
Not like bougie LA, but hipster LA.
Yeah, cool.
I think- yeah.
People talk about like who's from LA, and I always forget about Tyler, but he's like smack in the middle of it, whereas everyone else is like, you know, in these neighborhood cities or not even like in the you know what I mean? It's like Tyler's really LA.
Vince Staples.
Long Beach.
I think Vince will be there. I think Vince will be there. Off the last album.
God, that new album's so good.
That shit is incredible.
Did you see Complex's ranking his discography?
No.
I didn't click on the article. I'm gonna do it now, and we'll see if we agree with it.
What? I mean, I'm number one. I don't even know what the best Vince Staples album would be.
I know what they're gonna say it is. They're gonna say it's Summertime '06.
No way.
Yeah, I think they definitely will. That it had the hits. It also has like deep cuts. Let's see. They go number 12, Winter in Prague. Never heard of that project. Have you heard that?
No.
Number 11, Shine Cold Chain.
Yeah.
You know this one?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know any of this. Number 10, Prima Donna. That's probably my least favorite.
Yeah.
9 is FM.
I didn't really like FM that much.
Yeah,
either.
FM has like fun, but that's really it. 8 being self-titled seems a little low. I really like the self-titled project.
I disagree, but that's not like shocking.
7 is Stolen Youth.
Fire.
With Larry Fisherman. I'm
Fire.
glad they at least included it.
I would have never thought
Yeah.
that they would even give a shout out to that. That's like a SoundCloud exclusive.
Yeah,
How
that
else
was
you gonna
never
listen to
released.
that?
Yeah. 6 was Hell Can Wait. I love Blue Suede. I love 6500 Degrees or whatever it's called. But I'm putting the self-titled above this.
Yeah.
Personally. 5 is Dark Times.
Early, but fair.
Man, I don't know. This feels like top of his discography to me when I listen to it. It's some of the best Vince Staples I've heard.
It's just too early. It's just way too early.
4 is Shine Cold Chain. 2.
They're just trying to be different.
I don't know this project.
They're just trying to be different.
Is this on streaming?
No. It is the song Nate?
I don't know if I do.
Yeah, that's on there.
3 is Ramona Park Broke My Heart.
I thought they were gonna put that one. I love that album. I'm okay with that.
2, Big Fish Theory.
Wrong, but all right.
No, I went back and listened to this album after listening to the new one, Dark Times, like 5 times, and this is a totally different vibe from him. He did it so well.
Yeah.
Like this was a moment in 2017 he could have went and been JPEG Mafia, but instead he became who he is now. And I like the path he went, but seeing this and seeing how good he was at this.
Say number 1 before Jose falls asleep.
This is the album I'm listening to. I'll ask this after actually. Number 1 is Summertime '06. Yeah.
Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick.
This reminded me of it because Big Fish Theory, I was listening to this while I was running and I was thinking about this. If you guys like went to the future, you know what I'm saying? And you're in the future now and you got like the futuristic car and you're starting to get a lay of the land. You figure out how to like play music in the whip that you just got. What is the album you're playing to set the scene in the future?
In the future?
You're 100 years ahead.
And what's like the first thing I'm going to play? That's a really good question.
Midday Drive. Everyone has like these super, crazy cars you've never seen. There's things flying.
It's like flying cars and like I'm windows down in the flying car.
Yeah, everything looks different. You're going through the city. Because I thought of Big Fish Theory when I was listening to that. I was like, damn, this would be the soundtrack to being like Fly in like 3025. I feel like
either Honestly Nevermind or Drip or Drown 2.
I don't have a great answer either, but The Ride by Lil Yachty comes to mind.
Okay.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It's an interesting, like, futuristic acid trip.
Like, you listen to the new Lil Yachty album? Let's Start Here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one for this.
It's funny that we go back to things that draw so heavily on older influence to play in the future.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, like, I didn't love that answer because I know, like, Let's Start Here is really just derivative of like Tame Impala.
Who is derivative of the Beatles? You know what I mean? Like psych rock.
Is Tame Impala derivative of the Beatles?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
808s and Heartbreak?
What you're saying?
Is that an album you consider playing?
In the future? I don't know.
It.
That's pretty good.
Paranoid, like you know what I mean? Just fly through RoboCop.
Yeah, that could go.
I'm not mad at that. Maybe
I like the
it's a time
concept of
machine.
like ancient futurism and how like old shit sometimes sounds the most futuristic. And that's something that I have noticed when I listen to some of these older psych rock albums. I'm like, damn, this feels more in the future than it does in the past, you know?
Yeah. I mean, maybe we'd put that new Lil Yachty James Blake album that's coming out.
Ooh, that is gonna be so good.
We had the little conversation with them. It's real. It's confirmed. It's actually happening. I'm excited for it. I have no expectations. No idea what it's gonna sound like. O'Shea didn't like the album cover with the lean on it.
Yeah, I mean, it looked cool for sure, and I think conceptually I understand it. I just don't like the Lil Yachty's promoting lean. But
You know what I mean,
it's
don't
all
do
good.
drugs, kids.
Mm-mm.
Stay off that shit.
Say no to drugs.
If you had to bet on who's gonna be the MVP of that project, who would you say?
James Blake.
Do we need to say it?
No, I mean I think it's fair. Yachty performs, and I think when you're put in a situation where you have to elevate, you know what I mean. He could either rise to the occasion or fall. I think he might really come with some of his best shit.
I do too. I think it's gonna be Let's Start Here, but so much better.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think that James Blake is the music mastermind that can actually help Yachty execute this vision. Because I think we're pretty, we've made jokes about it, but it's not like Yachty was like super well versed in this world prior to this project, right? It definitely seems like somebody that's getting into the genre, experimenting, making good stuff that sounds dope. But I think Yachty's vocal performance over like James Blake executing psychedelic rock, psychedelic funk, psychedelic pop for Lil Yachty is gonna make some of his best music.
And I wonder, like this is nerd shit, but I would actually want to know who engineered the project, because I think vocal production is gonna be a big thing. Like, how are you gonna make a non-traditional singer sound good over this type of stuff? You know what I mean? Because I think there's definitely a way. But it has to be done tastefully, because I don't want to just hear Lil Yachty crooning over like great James Blake beats for an hour.
Yeah.
You know, like you got to find a way to kind of not hide it, but make the music fit what he can actually do. You know?
I'm going to need some features on this for sure.
Yes.
I'm going to need some features, because I feel like Let's Start Here was great. You know what I'm saying? For what it was. But I would have loved some bigger name features on it, and I can't hear Let's Start Here again. I do think James Blake probably heard that album and this is the reason why this is happening. He's like, when he was like,
what type of features?
Come here, let me coach you, Yachty. Come here, let me show you how to do this.
Well, I would have loved to hear Tyler on what's that song called? Drive Me Crazy.
Okay.
Tyler, and if there's another cut like that, I think it would be great for Tyler and Yachty to collab.
That'd be
Tyler
dope.
would be really, really cool on there. I'm trying to think. He's got to do like some. I don't think like rappers though.
Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of the direction I was gonna go.
Really, who?
Like 21 Savage.
Really?
I feel like Yachty's not gonna be rapping, and I feel like it could be good to have like rap, like how James Blake does with his rap verses. He'll throw like a Gucci Mane or a Travis Scott verse in the middle of his pretty ass psychedelic project, and it definitely works. So Savage was just literally spur of the moment came to mind, because he kind of can deliver like a 1238 psilocybe, you know what I mean, like that kind of track. He can kind of be that artsy rap feature on a non-rap project, because he has such a solid voice,
Would Gambino fuck with Yachty? No.
I mean, that would be great, but I don't know. I don't know if he's doing that.
I just only thought the Atlanta connection.
I wasn't like when he was doing those lives, wasn't he playing some of Yachty's music in the car?
He was, yeah.
Yeah, I think
That
there's
could
a
That would be
relationship there.
tough. That would be super, super tough. I think he's hearing Witchy. Whenever I hear him drop new music that I love, because I think with Adavista, it wasn't the best to me. And then you see shit like Littlefoot, Bigfoot pop up, and it's like, yo, does this guy take anything fucking seriously? Like, are you almost too talented for your own good? It's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just try some shit and see what like the public response is. When he's focused though, it's like, oh, like you're one of the best out easily,
for sure,
and like it's not particularly close, because I ain't even heard this nigga utter a rap verse in how long?
Yeah.
When was the last time he even rapped? Dude, that would have been crazy to think about in like 2012.
Yeah.
That is one of them.
So long. I want some vocalists on the project, though. You're right. It shouldn't just be hip hop. I want Faye Webster. They have a relationship now.
Yeah.
I want Mac DeMarco on the project. I think that would be awesome.
Cali.
That would probably be really good. Have Callie and Yachty worked?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so. That could be really cool.
Be interesting in that.
Did you guys listen to the new James Blake song?
No.
It is so good. I'm trying to grab the name of it right now. I know I saved it.
How old is James Blake?
Man's got to be 35.
I think 35.
It's called Thrown Around, and it's just a solo James Blake song, and it's a beautiful song. You should check it out.
Fire. Okay. we have reference tracks.
Yeah.
Other people writing for other people.
Yeah.
I want to get you guys' opinion on this because Spencer, I know we come from real rap era. You know what I mean? We really like that lyrical shit. You know, that's been our bag.
Yeah.
But as I get older, I think it doesn't really fucking matter who's writing a lot of this music shit. If you're calling yourself a rapper, then yeah, I don't want to hear someone writing your diss tracks or writing your hardest verses. You know what I mean? That loses a little bit of credibility. But I think it's just funny in real time to see people who like aren't familiar with the fact that everyone's using writers kind of figure this out. So I just want to get you guys' take on that.
Yeah, reference tracks and songwriters have existed forever. I just think that when it comes to hip hop, you know, part of the culture is that you do write your own lyrics and you do write your own verses. I think when we started really doing this crossover of singing and rapping, I think that's where the lines got blurred and you can be a hip hop artist and use reference tracks. I personally don't care. I do think it's funny when they leak though, because I'm like, bro, a lot of these are just like way too similar to like what you said, you know?
Yeah.
And I think if you, you know, I think the biggest one for me has been Mob Ties for Drake. You know what I'm saying? Because that was an era where he was transitioning into being more of like this like harder figure, you know what I'm saying? You know, Mob Ties, whatever. And then you find out, well, I guess if you read the credits, you would have known, but you find out Vory wrote it basically word for word. You're like, so what are we even talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this world you're trying to bring me into that somebody else wrote for you? Like that to me is corny.
I mean, is it all just fake though? I look at it differently from the lens of like, I don't believe many of these niggas.
Well, agreed.
You know what I mean?
I didn't believe it when I first heard it, but I still, hearing the reference track made it even worse. If that makes sense.
I mean, but that's what a reference track is. Like, you are literally like, I want to say this. We might have written it together, figured out what we're going to say, might have figured out the concept together. We all heard the beat together. And then you're laying down how to say it so I know how to do it properly. You know what I mean? So it's not like I expect Drake to go in there and change a bunch of shit. I think that it's just... I don't think it's bad. I think that Drake just has people confused because it's like, what do we call you? We've called you a rapper and that's never been part of the culture. But now can we call you one of the biggest, best rappers ever and some of your best songs haven't even been written by you? When does a timestamp record reference track come out?
Yeah. And then it's a problem. It really, like you said, is only a problem in hip hop. And it's only a problem if you're really competitive in the sport and not just, you know, having fun. I think if you are talking about the actual ability of rapping, which a lot of rappers will do, they'll talk about how good of a rapper they are, how much better of a rapper they are than other rappers. If you even dabble in that world or even say anything about that, you better be writing your own tracks.
Yeah.
To be honest, but if you can be a rapper that doesn't write at all, and that's fine. Just don't front like you are. Yeah. And don't front like the songs are about your life.
Yeah. I also, and maybe I have a misunderstanding of the process, but I also see songwriting and reference tracks as almost I think in 2024, they're almost like beat packs. Like, I think a lot of songwriters and artists have songs that they have gone in the studio and kind of like, you know, loaded up. I think artists send these reference tracks around. Is that something that I'm confused on, or is that...
No, that's exactly how it goes. I think being a songwriter, especially in 2024, is one of the most interesting things you can be doing in music, because just the process of how they get it done, like a lot of times they'll click up with producers who are close to artists that they know are working on projects and be making a ton of things with the intention of like, this will work for them. And then let the person closest to them or like their A&R, someone like maybe comb through everything and pick, okay, like I want to send this to them, Perfect examples like a Cardi B, you know what I mean? Or even a lot of it happens with like people from like BTS or like other like K-pop people. When they're trying to get inspiration for things, they'll be using like American writers in certain situations and have them do references for how they should say things, because it's not even their native language. So they may not even know the proper way to like articulate what they're trying to say or like pronouncing things and things like that. So it's weird because it's just so prevalent, but I feel like those are a lot of unsung heroes. And now I feel like a lot of the songwriters are popping out and they're topping the charts and becoming some of the most successful artists. That's Victoria Monet. That's Money Long. You know what I mean? For years. Frank Ocean even, you know what I mean? Started off as a songwriter.
Yeah.
And now it's like, it's so easy to put out music all the time. And like, I don't think traditional singing and vocal performance is valued as much as it used to be. So it's like, fuck, I'm a great writer. I don't need to have this incredible like belting voice. Fuck it, let me just put my shit out, and if it goes, it goes. Because a lot of people just give a fuck about the caption and saying some shit that they could put under their picture. So I could do that in spades. Let me be the star now.
Yeah, I feel like this era, I feel like songwriting was probably used to be way more prevalent than it actually is now. Even because all these people that are just releasing their music hoping to become stars didn't even have the means. So they were just hoping to write somebody's song. You know what I mean? I feel like it was probably more competitive back then.
I think, we kind of spoke about this on the Cardi thing. Like, I think that's why maybe her shit hasn't been coming at the frequency that it once was, because a lot of people blew up off Invasion of Privacy.
Yeah.
A lot of people got money off the album, and they are now working with the whole industry and other people. So they don't just have time to sit down and develop that sound with Cardi. And she was working with some of the best of the best. And if you don't have time to get the best of the best for 18 tracks, you're going to slow your shit up. You know what I mean? That's going to fuck up your process. People say that Drake finds these young people and signs them to the label and has them writing for him. That's why the OVO label isn't putting out as much shit as they should be. You know what I mean? Party was writing for him. The Weeknd was writing for him. We all know this, you know? It's a cold world, bro. I don't know. I think it's weird, too, when, like, people are signed under other artists.
Yeah.
As, like, a creative, because then it's like, can they really, like, are they just utilizing you? Do they just want you in the studio for your talents, not necessarily to, like, uplift you?
Uplift your career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that why publishing deals exist?
What you mean?
Like, you can just sign someone as a songwriter.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what should be done.
But it's hard to get in rooms still. You know what I mean? Like, if you're signed to Drake versus Pulse, Drake could probably help you move around and, like, maybe get a little more clout and get you in more cloudy sessions earlier than a Pulse. Not to say that Pulse can't do it. But, you know, Drake literally is a phone call away with most people. And if Drake calls so-and-so and says, yo, this kid is tough, you need him in your session, they might take a little more credence to that than random publishing A&R here saying, hey, I got this kid who's super talented, let him get in your session, you know?
So I'd rather be signed as an artist to Drake because of the clout.
Yes. If you think that you can go take that and run with it.
If he's not going to take all your good songs for himself.
Yes, and he allows you to spread your wings. I could see why you'd maybe want to do that. One other example is like a Destin Conrad is like signed under Kehlani. You know what I mean? I think that that's worked out well for him because I don't think she's been this person who's like really tried to keep him only insulated in that world and has let him also release his own shit, which is really, really dope. Look at us.
Somebody that I don't think uses writers that I want to talk about is Roddy Ricch.
Okay.
Did you guys hear his new song?
Survivor's Remorse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you guys like it?
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
It wasn't great. Let me not.
Did
that
it not
was the
feel,
worst thing to say.
Did it
ever.
not feel so good to hear him get all that shit off his chest, address everything since Live Life Fast or whatever the fuck that album was called? You know what I mean? I feel like you really said everything you needed to say to get into this new era, new headspace that I think we're about to see.
Didn't we listen to it together?
Yeah, me and you did.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
See, I was catching up. On my car ride, I added to a playlist all the shit I missed in Thailand and the week before.
Got you. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I've never been of the mindset that Roddy Ricch is untalented. I think that he was misusing his talents and abilities. You know what I mean? Still trying to figure out as a young artist, especially with like the whole balancing singing, rapping thing. I don't think this was like a groundbreaking track. I think it just kind of brought him back to center.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But he was down here. He was in the sunken place. You know what I mean?
He was struggling.
Him and Chance and a couple other people.
I don't think it was as bad.
I don't think it's as bad as Chance because he's not as old.
I think him and Lil Baby were getting kind of the same like disrespect.
I think so too.
Whereas like you guys are washed, same song, boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is still disrespect because he's a great artist.
Yeah.
I really liked Survivor's Remorse.
I think it's cool. I think the Roddy project's gonna be good. I think he's definitely gonna be on the Mustard album.
Yeah.
So that's, you know what I mean?
Because that was his last hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ballin'. He was on a different run. Roddy Ricch was primed to take over.
Yeah.
He would, and I think music might have been in a better place if he would have continued down that path, but it's hard.
Those hits are great songs. Ballin', High Fashion, Racks in the Middle, Every Season, Down Below. Like, he has anthems.
And the weird thing with him, too, is I don't feel like it was, like, huge missteps. Like, I don't feel like he was rushing projects.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he was being too seen. It wasn't, I don't know what it was. it was him trying to find the next sound, honestly.
He hadn't missed yet, and he put out a bad project. You know what I mean? Like, we like to pretend like bad projects don't hurt you, but when you flop, it does hurt you, and you have to make up ground to get back to where you were.
Subpar features too.
Yeah,
like that
definitely.
Passionate song with Blast is still one of the craziest vocal performances I've heard.
Yeah, he had a little rough.
But
patch.
there's no point in piling on, because back now, trying, active, not running from the moment.
No,
you know what I mean.
It sounds like he's not with a label.
Yeah,
he was talking about that on the track. He said we're not with a label no more. He's with someone, but I don't think he's with Atlantic anymore. Let's see.
Coolest thing I saw too on some nerd shit too was that Larry Jackson Joe Budden conversation.
I only saw a clip of it.
Oh, they got him on finally?
Because I feel like he's it was on Patreon, right?
What? Nah.
Oh, it was
supposed to regular. This is like master at avoiding answering the question. You could tell that man has been around PR and shit since he was a kid. I guess he was saying he got like his first record label internship at 11.
Damn.
This dude answered no questions directly at all. It was crazy. Like an hour and a half evading, but you know what I mean? And like dropping gems while doing it to kind of distract you from the point that he completely derailed the question that was just asked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we don't know if Drake owns part of Gamma?
Oh no, he danced around that one real good.
All right.
Real good. But I don't even know. I wasn't even that familiar with Gamma.
I'm not either.
And I'm still not super familiar with Gamma.
Yeah.
But yeah, another one of those like him, Lucian, or whoever does like the YouTube stuff, like the guy who runs Live Nation. Those are all people who I feel like are really tapped in and know everything and controlling everything that I need to kind of watch out for. Know more about.
There's a Lucian that runs Live Nation and a Lucian that runs Universal.
Oh, there is actually.
There's double.
No.
That's what I'm asking.
Lucian Grange is UMG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Leor is YouTube.
Yes.
And then Live
Leor
Nation
does YouTube now.
Yeah, Live Nation is Drake name dropped him on a song.
Yes, and I can't remember the song. I've been trying.
Michael Rapino.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still the guy, but
I was literally just playing Pound Cake in my head. That's the song he says that.
Yeah.
What does Leor do at YouTube?
He's the head of YouTube Music.
All right.
For I think the past 5 years now.
All right, Leor.
You know, what are these?
That's a different. I didn't expect. I guess I hadn't wondered where he was. I started that Drink Champs episode, but did not finish it. He's a funny guy.
Oh, he was on Drink Champs?
Yeah.
Did he answer questions directly?
I didn't sound like it. I was only about 30 minutes in, but yeah, he wasn't really.
Why did Larry Jackson do the interview?
What do you mean? Like, I think him and Joe have a rapport already.
Didn't he say Joe was signed to Gamma? like I remember when he first called him up, you know, he was like, yeah, Joe, when you were over here and we were talking about your deal, which like was implying that he was trying to get Joe involved.
I mean, I don't think Joe was, because he's not
to rap. I feel like he like was trying to make a play like with the pod. I don't know what service he could have provided.
I think that I want to say, because I know Larry was at a label and I think Joe might have been signed under that label previously, like in the past. But yeah, I don't know anything about his association with Gamma. But I mean, I think that Joe is becoming a media personality that people of that age feel comfortable talking to. You know what I mean? Like, I think Joe is going to give you some easy questions. I don't think Joe's going to press too hard. I think he's going to keep it generally lighthearted, and even on the stuff that he wants to get a little more serious on, it's not going to ever he's not going to try to get you in trouble, which I think is always good in an interviewer. You know what I mean? You always want to do those, and that'll open the door to getting higher profile people. So I think it's cool for people like that to pop out, especially when they're black. You know what I mean? Because even if I'm not finna go advocate for this nigga because I don't know everything about him, all the shit he does, he could be a shady person. But it is inspirational to see someone in such a high profile position that kind of looks like you know what I mean? So I think it's important to see him out and telling people about the industry and the ins and outs of it. Shout out him.
If you guys were an artist, what interview would you be the most scared of?
Like, who would I not want to interview?
Yeah,
with?
like who would you, do an extra session of media training before hitting that interview because you think they're going to get you?
Breakfast Club.
Yeah, it's got to be the Breakfast Club, right?
Charlemagne's insane.
Yeah, or any of those YouTube interviews, bro.
Like which ones?
What's it called? Like Vlad TV?
Oh, Vlad might be the
That's
right
just
answer.
the feds.
Yeah.
That's just the police.
Yeah, we're not
DJ Small Eyes or whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to none of the police fucking shit. No Jumper. I wouldn't do media training for. I just wouldn't go there.
I feel like academics would ask bad questions too. Like,
yeah,
not like like he's not gonna try and get you, but he's just gonna ask dumb questions.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like I would only be I wouldn't be afraid of Act because I feel like Act's not trying to get me canceled.
Yeah.
Like Act wants to maintain relationships so he could post shit or whatever. So I wouldn't be worried about him. I'd just be like, yo, this nigga's gonna ask me some of the most stupid headline-y shit in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was also watching some shit like there's a lot of big artists who have no career-defining interviews or sit-downs anymore. Like,
Yeah.
what was the last big SZA interview?
Yeah, I can't even.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's someone who should have a major piece about her story from her perspective. You know what I mean? Not just people telling her come up. I feel like that's important.
Mm-hmm.
I know Kendrick got his out the way early on. I feel like Kendrick has done some pretty big interviews.
Like
Hov has
the
obviously done shit.
Rick Rubin.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
shit
that
like
was a great one.
You know,
But also, I feel like when you get to a certain stature, you don't need exposure, but you do want to continue to build your story, and that's where an artist might prefer to go print.
yeah,
You
or
know what I
make a
mean?
Lego movie like Pharrell did to tell his story.
You could do that. What do you think of that trailer?
It made me more excited for the movie than I thought I was gonna be.
I see in like the Billionaire Boys Club like Lego hoodie.
I was talking more so like seeing Lego Crips with Snoop Dogg. That brought me a lot of joy.
That
Just
was
all
funny.
blue.
That was funny.
With the sideways hats. I was like, this is funny.
I'll definitely be in theaters. I'll be there.
Apparently the Lego movie franchise is actual like quality animated movie shit. Do you feel weird about that? Do you feel weird watching animated movies?
I just like don't enjoy them that much.
You
To
know,
be honest,
I'm not.
feels childish.
I'm of the same mindset. Like, you know, there's a couple, you know, I mean, classics, of course. You
These
know,
guys.
Surf's Up. What's the other one? Did you be fun with Shark Tales?
Shark Tales
I
is
like all
amazing.
of them, you know what I mean? That's like, but like, if that ever comes on, I'm not putting that on. If I see it's on, like, I might watch a little bit for nostalgia. But like, going out of my way to go to a theater to see an animated movie, I guess the Spider-Verse thing.
Oh, that's a good point.
But that was like a cultural moment. You know what I mean? Same as this, which is why I'd want to support
But
it.
what's the difference between like Spider-Verse and what we're talking about?
That's what I'm saying. I would want to go to support this because it's culture.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Black people. Like, you know,
Fair enough.
but
You wouldn't go like you didn't go see The Boy and the Heron,
You
the
know.
Studio
What-
Ghibli.
What is that?
Oh, Studio Ghibli's different though.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like real art.
My life. Let's just get back to that.
Lego movie. Did we rap?
Go see it. Support it.
Go see the Lego movie. You want to hear about Miles wants to hear about my weekend.
I want niggas to tee up.
Tee up. I don't know if I have a tee up.
What's
But I can
happening?
tell you about my weekend.
Spill the tea.
Did we talk about how I went to the Sparks game?
Tell me about the Sparks game.
Briefly, what inspired it? How you feel about the WNBA, the conversation around it, women's sports in general?
I don't know that much, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like it's cool to see this surgence in the WNBA because I feel like it is also mirroring the surgence that we see in like women's rap too. Like, I feel like, I don't know, there's parallels there. You see kind of like Lotto going to the games. You see like big names and all that. I personally went because I got invited and I was like, I've never done this before. And I would just like to go see what's going on. Like, it's a moment right now.
As a not big like basketball, like NBA or WNBA fan, which one do you see yourself becoming a bigger fan of first?
That's hard because I like the sport of basketball. Like, I like watching games.
Yeah.
I just don't care about players. I'm
Bro.
not gonna lie to you, but I do kind of care about WNBA.
I think they're
players,
gonna
bro.
get him.
I'm not
Get
gonna
into
lie.
the WNBA.
I think
I'm not
this is
gonna
the
lie.
target audience.
The NBA, it's gonna take so much work and like dedication
And it's just,
for
like,
you
the
to
most
know
toxic.
more about like the average man, just because these people have been obsessed with this for so many years. But if you spend one day researching the WNBA, you're already
crazy.
in the top 1%.
You're nasty for that.
No, it's true.
It's
you know?
real.
It's
and
definitely not
No,
true.
it is true
He's
because
not in the 1%.
if
Not
spent-
1%, but like not a lot of people like follow.
No.
it
And I
like
think
that.
it's important to call this out because it's incredible that it's getting this coverage now and it's blowing up. But part of the problem with the narrative is now we have 100 million people talking about it that don't know shit. Stephen A. Smith got called out on air.
Yeah.
And I think that was great.
Yeah.
You haven't been covering WNBA. We've watched you for years.
I think that
so
was
so
funny.
now you're going to, you know what I mean? We need to acknowledge that these people that are suddenly experts. I'm not talking about you.
No.
I know you know your women, but people are trying to pretend like they've been WNBA fans, and I'm like, no, you weren't.
I think that it was important oh my God, her last name is McNutt. The girl who called him out, by the way, I forget. Monica McNutt is her name.
Yeah.
She called out Stephen A because Stephen A was, like you said, acting like a fan. And she's like, to be honest, like the W been here for years, Stephen A. We've been having games on ESPN. If you wanted to talk about this 3 years ago, you could have been did that. All this shit you see with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Plum did that when she took over the scoring record. You know, niggas could have been hype.
Yeah.
I think that's fire to see.
Yeah.
But I think that we have to acknowledge a little bit of the not toxicity, but like that. It's a way they're being marketed now that I think is making it more accessible to people. Like I feel like they're a little bit more focused on other things outside of just playing basketball and being the best hooper, and that's why I think they're going to bring in more fans now than they were in the past. You know?
Bro. It's like why do we watch the NBA? Real life, like some people love hoop. You know what I mean? Some people love high-flying dunks, crazy athleticism. But if you get to the root of it, why the average person is invested in those NBA players, it's because of the drama that's built around it. You know what I mean? People love to know about people and know what matchup's going to hit harder, where to be interested in. Ooh, this is like a juicy matchup. You know what I mean? And this is the first time that the WNBA has had real drama and a real cast of characters.
There's stakes.
That we know. You know what I mean? Like Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Like that's like been something that we've seen the last couple of years. Like, of course, people are going to tune in and watch that. We have real characters.
It is funny, though, how all of them are just like, all the characters are like kind of mid and like not like real life, like good.
Yeah.
But, and not to say that they won't be. I think Cameron Brink is having one of the craziest like rookie seasons ever. Like just defensive, offensive, doing all the crazy shit. Dope. Everyone else, though, and Caitlin's getting her stride.
Yeah, I mean,
finding her little bag and shit.
She's what, like 14 points a game?
You know,
8 rebounds.
She just dropped 30 the other day.
Yeah.
But I think it's dope that like in the heat of all this, everyone's talking about it. It's like she didn't even make the Team USA roster.
Yeah.
And people were like over here mad about it and shit. And then Caitlin spoke out on it today. And she's like, you know, this is something to work for. Like, this is the most competitive team in the world.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't expect this to just be given to me. There's people who have really put in the time and effort to get here.
I think she's handling this so well.
I think there's things she could be doing better.
What could she be doing better?
I think that early on in the season, you know, a lot of the hate for her teammates was pretty bad, especially Aaliyah Boston, who was the number 1 pick last year. I think a lot of fans saw her making Aaliyah struggled at the beginning of the season, was missing a lot of layups. It was, you know, she wasn't finding her groove. And the things that people were saying about her online and the names they were calling her were obscene. Like, it was just very, very offensive. And I feel like Caitlin never really, like, spoke up and said anything like, hey, yo, let's not do this. And I think that there is something also on her teammates, too, that, like, I think her teammates aren't speaking up for her enough. Or, like, when she gets pushed on the court, like, you should be seeing her teammates running up to her and picking her up. I don't always see all that energy. So, like, I think that they're still, like, getting to know each other.
I disagree with both those things. I don't think that Caitlin should have said anything about troll-ass comments on Instagram because she's been getting them too for X amount of years. I think you block that out. As a team, I think we're not focused on social. I'm a good teammate to you. I'm not going to go on media day and call attention. I didn't know this woman was getting dragged online. You know, like I don't think there was any need for her to bring more attention to what people are commenting online. I think you just be a good teammate and you're there for her in person and in the game. But also, I don't think her teammates should have been running to fucking pick her up. I think she's getting pressed hard because she's the most hyped rookie in maybe the history of the sport. And she's getting what probably like the LeBron treatment that LeBron got when he was a rookie.
When you're on a basketball court
or
in any sporting environment where it's a team game,
yeah,
not an individual game.
Yeah.
If you come at someone on the court, that's my brother, sister, whatever. I'm coming to support you quick. Like, we're not going for that. You don't get to just push and bully this person just because you don't like them or you feel a way about who they are.
I also just don't really think she's been getting pushed and bullied from the clips I've seen. There was the one shoulder, but it doesn't look like it's been anything malicious or offensive to me.
It's not malicious at all.
Then why do you need people getting in other girls' face to defend you?
Because you need to let them know you're not about to do this to our star player. This is the best player on our team.
That's fair.
This is our point guard. This is our rookie. This is the one. We all know that. We know that if she's happy and playing good, we're all going to play good because she's a key part of this team.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that these other people know that we're not going for any of this just like overly aggressive shit, which is,
that's
I
fair.
don't think it's
that's
bad.
Fair.
You know what I mean? You could do it on whatever court. On the comments thing, you're right in the sense that you should block it out. I just think in reality, that's not something we could do. I think we all even try to do that. You know what I mean? When we get negative comments on shit, but like when it's even like you get 100 comments on a post, which isn't anything crazy. You know what I mean? If 50 of them are talking negative about one girl, you know what I mean? Like she probably sees some of that. You know what I mean? It just feels good. I feel like to kind of back up your people.
It does, but forum. Like what's like think about like when Osei was getting called like the super Drake Schmeat rider on the diss. You know, and like most of the comments were like, yo, like get this meat out of your mouth. Like they were coming at you, you know? It's not like we sent him text like, yo, bro, like, you know, it's all good. Like we know that you didn't mean it or these people are crazy. Or we didn't get online and say, you know, hey, back off Osei. He's actually a big Kendrick fan too. We kept it pushing, bro.
They wasn't saying nothing problematic to him.
You're right.
They was just calling him a Drake meat rider.
But I still think
which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's different.
Am I even that big of a? I like Drake, but am I that big of a?
You become crazy in those videos.
Anyway, I enjoyed the game. I thought it was fun. Honestly, I thought Cameron Brink was the best player on the court. I don't even know if that. I mean, maybe that's meat writing too. But
that's accurate. No, that's
I was like, yeah, no, like especially toward the end, bro, when they were all gassed, she was still putting up shots. Yeah. The Jimmy Butler moment was funny. I knew that was gonna go viral, but so to see like the picture happen and the little video too, because she had done an interview where she had like praised Jimmy Butler, so it was cool to see that moment.
It wasn't. She was going Jimmy. It was an interview with Cameron Brink, and it was like Jimmy Butler over like half the NBA, and she's like Jimmy over like Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? I don't know the context of what they were ranking over. Yeah, I didn't see the whole video. I just saw that she was saying Jimmy Butler over all these players. It is funny that nigga got on a flight the next day and said, "I'm gonna be front and center at this game."
Yeah,
you think?
No.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
You want to hear more about my weekend?
Yeah. Keep going. How you living, bro? What you been doing?
Damn, you guys don't know. It's been a while.
I know.
We haven't synced up. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga want to be secretive so bad.
We haven't synced up. Well, I went to the Sparks game after that. Just went out. Oh man, y'all would appreciate this. We went out. It was kind of a dead night in LA, to be honest. Like it was like we keep hitting spots, and you know, we went to like apartment 200, which I was against personally. But
who are you with?
There was a connection. So I'm with this guy named Joel. He's one of my new friends from out here. Honestly, we just kept seeing each other out, and we were just like, you know, once you see someone like 5 times, you're like,
we should go to Sparks.
All right, bro.
We should go to the WNBA.
We should do that. You know what I'm saying? We should make that happen. Yeah. The link up needs to happen. So went to a Dodgers game, went to a WNBA game.
He's a sporty guy.
Yeah, sports guy.
Say come in with the little high stakes.
He's trying to impress his new friend.
You know what I'm saying?
We do sports on this side.
Shout out Chase. What's it called? Apartment 200. That joint was lame. Then I went to it was like 21-year-olds. I
thought apartment 200 like
it's burnt out.
Damn,
quick.
That place is burnt out.
Damn,
it shone brightly
for the first like 3 months.
Extinguished quickly.
Yeah. And then after I left that place, went to like Fairfax. I was like, why are we here? Yeah. I walked into some bar. They were playing like old like 90s hip hop, and I saw Freddie Gibbs in the corner.
Oh shit!
That was super interesting. And then a fight kind of broke out in the bar. And I realized, I was like, I'm at a bar where this fight is breaking out. This old heads, Freddie Gibbs in the corner. And I walked in and they didn't pat me down. So I got out of there quick because I was like, yo, what are we doing here?
And that's a good, that's the only response to that situation.
Yeah, like what are we doing
What spot were you at?
I don't even remember what it's called, but I know it's on Fairfax. I'll look it up afterwards.
I'm learning things that like I thought were cool when I was younger and going out aren't cool for adults.
Like what?
Like I'm always like, oh my God, open bar, that's fire. A lot of adults are like, oh, open bar, low entry fee, that's gonna get ghetto very fast. Yeah. That's gonna attract the wrong crowd. You know what I mean? Like just perception is very funny when you get a couple years on you. Mm-hmm. And it's like I don't need to be in this environment where things could go left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's valid.
Still invite me to all open bar events though.
Yeah, nothing wrong with open
I'm not
bar.
mature yet. I'm not all the way learned yet.
Yeah, and then yesterday, I was tired, bro. So I really didn't leave my crib until like 7. Or actually, no, I didn't leave my crib until I went to the show. And then I went to the show, linked up with a lot of old faces that I hadn't seen in a while, you know, because, you know, obviously his label was there. And yeah, bro, I mean, I talked about this a little earlier, but it just felt like a full circle moment because I know that like my Instagram post was funny and I never try and be that guy, but in a weird way, I don't know if this is going to come through the right way, bro. In a weird way, when I see moments like that happening, people like gaining a lot of success or like moving forward, and I was a part of that in any way or like was a part of their life in any way, like I kind of just see myself, you know what I mean? So when I saw him on stage, I was like, bro, like he did that and I like was a small part of helping him get there. I feel that way about most people in my life. Like when I see them go on to do successful things, like I'm like, damn, like this is a part of my life too. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know if it's the right way to see everything, but yeah, I don't know. Part
I like
of it,
that.
like I went to the Sparks game. I wear Chase's jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like I know these things like seem funny because like I'm not really that associated with these people, but like they're all part of like my life too, if that makes sense.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird though.
It's awesome to see people that you're involved with win. You know, that's the only thing you should ever want. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like yeah, like I like some of my friends in high school. You know, one of them got drafted this year. The other's entering. You know, and like I'm buying both those jerseys. We weren't best friends in high school. That wasn't my like number one person. You know what I'm saying? But we were cool, and I want to see them win. You know, they support me. I support. You know what I mean? It's just like I feel you. I feel you. You were a part of that journey, and you should enjoy in their success just as they will in yours.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is, and this might be the delusional part, but I genuinely see myself reaching a point where we're all just gonna be in the same room one day and just like laugh about all the shit that happened.
Yeah.
And that moment is what I look forward to when I wake up in the morning. It's just like the top, bro.
Yeah.
The top.
No, that part I can definitely agree with. You know that like, because I think everyone, I see it more and more as we get older too. Like, you know what I mean? Growing apart is not a bad thing. You know what I mean? And like, it's not even like necessarily like you don't really like fuck with a person, like don't have similar interests. Like, you know, we have our own lives, our own shit. But if we're all working towards our own individual goals, our own individual success, you look back in 10 years and you guys are all in different places, but then you come together for a dinner or you end up at the same party and you could look at each other and be like, oh my God, like, you know, I see you, you know what I mean? Niggas getting money, you know what I mean? You see people dress nice. Like you do take a sense of like pride in that. It's like, look at us, you know what I mean? We're both here in this room. I know where you started, you know where I started, and now we're able to, you know, cherish in this hard, revel in this hard work. You know what I mean? Kind of celebrate together. You know, you have a little toast to that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Look how far we've come. So that's always a nice little reflective moment.
Yeah, for sure.
We all got to get money though. You know what I mean? To get that shit done.
Yeah.
I think that's everything that I had. Anything else y'all want to talk about before we get into hot takes?
I just want to shout out the. I got two things actually. I want to shout out the Charli XCX album. I really liked it.
Brat.
Yep. I thought it was really good. I think it's really great timing with Pride Month. You know, like I don't even think she's gay, but I think it's like dance music. Yeah. Yeah. Or like gay inspired music. You know what I mean? Like dance music. So like I think it kind of hit at the right time. And I think it outstreamed her last project.
What makes it
gay?
Yeah.
I think dance music is like club dance music like has a lot of like gay influences. Like they were kind of the community that was really lifting it up when nobody else was like championing it. You know what I mean? So they kind of get to claim that. And I think I'm sure that a lot of the founders, I don't know. I don't know shit about this. So I'm probably just chatting my ass off. But I'm sure that a lot of people that were pretty influential in the scene probably were part of the community. I just know that it is hailed as like gay music, you know? Mm-hmm. And so like that's cool. That's cool. Music. Yeah, shout out gay music. Okay, I saw a post on Instagram I'm gonna ask you guys about. You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm trying to be ready.
Compose yourself. Name the 2 worst albums here. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Call Me If You Get Lost, Kids See Ghost, Heroes and Villains, Astro World, Swimming, 444, DS2, Alfredo.
Kids See Ghost 444. God, you're on dick. What? Bro, my opinion? No. We're stop. Black man. Stop. You can't just say someone's on dick every time you disagree.
I agree.
I think that you don't. I don't think you've given 444 a chance.
I said kid. So let's dissect
Any
this.
answer here is fair. There's not.
So my kids see ghost take is fair.
Yeah.
And my 444 take is not fair.
Is fair. I just don't.
Then what are we talking about?
I think you
bro?
have a personal bias towards Jay-Z.
Yeah,
and
Miles,
I
and
should have articulated that better.
You're also trying to lead with Mr. Morale, which might be the best project on here, debatably. So the fact that you want to start there.
And you know what? I don't have to argue with that. Because you guys' opinions are valid.
So what are the worst 2 albums here?
The worst 2 albums on here are probably Kids See Ghost, Mr. Morale. Probably but like Heroes and Villains.
I was gonna say
Heroes and Villains and Mr.
Heroes and Villains really hit like that for y'all? Because to me that is a glaring outsider.
I think Heroes and Villains and Kids See Ghost.
They snuck that one in there.
Yeah,
Heroes and Villains and Kids See Ghost.
Yeah, I'll replace it for 444.
Yeah, it's Heroes and Villains.
Is not.
I'm probably good with Heroes and Villains and Kids See Ghosts. I love Alfredo, but Alfredo's also fringing for me.
Morale's probably the best. That's not.
I'm not gonna lie. Like
at the top,
I feel like Heroes and Villains was not a great project.
I think it was a great project.
It's got some hits, but it's not.
It's like a 7 or an 8.
I don't enjoy listening to it like that.
Yeah. Me neither.
It's not like my bag of music that I'm gonna play, but I can respect how like accessible it is to a lot of people.
Right.
You know, but really, Mr. Morale is like
top 3 here.
You put it over. I don't put Mr. Morale over any of those 3 in the middle.
Yeah, those are probably the top 3. Mr. Morale's probably
the 3 in the middle are
5.
Call Me If You Get Lost, Astro World, and DS2. I don't think Mr. Morale is better than any of those 3.
Practicing my outro.
Yo, what is wrong with this guy?
This guy doesn't even have a hot take.
I don't have a hot take yet either right now.
God damn it. God.
Can we just take a second? We'll cut it out. Let's just both think of one.
He's getting angry. Do the breathing exercises.
I know.
The BetterHelp ones.
Oh, God.
If you knew how much of my personal work I had to apply for some of these conversations, I'll really be thinking about what did she tell me to do in this situation.
I'm glad, bro. I'm happy for you.
You want my hot take?
Think about it.
My hot take is...
Oh, he's going to troll.
My hot take is Miles's best fashion era is hats. I think you've got great hats. I think this new beanie era, this new bucket hat era, everything that you've been doing in the last couple months, to me, I think it's the most you and to me the most exciting fashion era, fashion arc that I've personally seen you go through. So dap me up, brother. Your hats look great.
I hate you,
bro.
I hate you,
Bro,
Happy Pride Month. You look cute.
You see what he does? Continue.
Oh god, this editing is gonna be crazy. You've got a beautiful hat on, and it took Spencer's take for me to realize that. So
I appreciate you.
You see what he did.
But you look good in beanies, bro.
Feel nice.
Yeah,
me feel nice. I definitely have. But I bought too many beanies. I get weird looks though when I keep buying beanies, and everyone's like, "Isn't it like the summertime?"
No, just wear them through the summer. It's a good look.
I mean, my head doesn't really get warm. Thank you. That makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's my hot take. Because nobody else is saying that shit.
See what you did? See what you did? Oh, say, what's your hot take?
My hot take is not necessarily a hot take. It's more of a stance. I'm taking a stance against Ian, bro. We're not doing Ian anymore. I'm not canceling anybody. I don't like.
You said this already.
I don't like canceling, but
yeah, you did say this.
We're not listening to Ian anymore.
Why? Fine, we'll do it. Why?
Because there are other artists that do the same thing much better, and he is copy paste.
What did he do wrong?
And
what did Ian do wrong at all?
while I do think that it's not necessarily his fault, he's very young.
He was born with the colonizer's blood, right?
You know, as a white man.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Yeah, my bad.
Thank you. I do think that him... I don't like the way he dresses, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I feel like it's like almost like just mocking like what he's doing, you know, which is ripping off the culture. And he's young, so I get it. Like maybe he doesn't understand the context and the like the intricacy of all of it, what he's doing, but
Him wearing a...
I'm not cool with
I don't
it,
think
bro.
I've ever seen him not wear a white T-shirt, sweatpants, and dirty Margiela shoes.
I'm just not cool with it, bro.
What's
I don't
wrong
get
with
it,
that? How is he appropriating the culture with that fit?
He's appropriating the culture with the sound and playing it off by pretending that he's not.
Do you think he's appropriating or just a fan of that music and is trying to make music that sounds like it?
I think he's appropriating.
How?
I think that the obvious point to an old 2011 mixtape is appropriation.
Is he around black people?
I don't know. I don't see him.
I see him constantly around black people. Other rappers, whole producer team pretty much is black.
And what does that mean?
I mean, so like, I don't think he's like...
You got the cosign?
I don't think he's around...
He can say it.
I don't think he's around...
Yeah, what are you saying,
I
bro?
don't think
Because
he's
you're venturing out into interesting territory for you.
I don't think he's around a bunch of white people
Mhm.
and then utilizing black things to make money. I think he's maybe actually around these people and is just a fan of this.
I've just seen this before, bro. The Cole Bennett cosign, really, bro? I don't know, bro. I'm just not with it. That's my
You've
opinion.
already taken this stance.
I wanted to say it on camera,
You have.
but I wanted to say it clearly.
Again.
Clearly.
What's the problem with the Cole Bennett cosign?
I feel like Cole. There's not a real problem. I just feel like Cole Bennett, just like any trendy white dude, he's like, mink,
You could make that point.
mink,
I feel like it's a little bit of hate, though. Do you see how it could be a little bit of hate
toward Cole Bennett.
towards Ian? Because I feel like he literally is
Nah,
like...
bro. I think that I think this is the problem, right? Is that he's young and he doesn't necessarily get it, and what he's doing isn't necessarily right either.
Here's why I don't have a problem with it. And I'll give this time because, fuck it. I love white people that exist in their truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not trying to be nothing they not. They're not trying to, bite other, like, swag. I think that the things that he talks about, the way that he dresses, the way that he moves, even the comedy, because I think that's a whole thing with him. I think he tries to be funny, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the Office style humor. Like, dry, like, kind of like sarcastic humor. Like, it's all very, like, it doesn't feel like he's, like, trying to, like, act black or, like, do, like, things like that that'll get him, like, more ingratiated in the culture. It seems like he's just doing this stuff and people kind of like being around him and listening to his music.
I don't like him for the same reasons I don't like Lil Dicky.
Those are just two complete... I don't think Lil Dicky's ever around black people. I think that's why I would have a problem. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay. You got it.
But you see how they both kind of just like mink, take the culture and run
I
with
take
it?
that like more. Post Malone did that. Lil Dicky did that.
Did Lil Dicky do that? Does anyone think Lil Dicky is a good rapper?
I think that
Nah.
Lil Dicky utilized rap to get to a different point in his career and then kind of like left it behind.
Yeah.
It was like, I think he saw rap as a stepping stone. I don't think he ever really wanted to be a rapper. I think he probably wanted to always do this whole actor thing. I don't think that Ian is ever going to like do that. I think Ian's just having fun making music
Yeah.
like a regular like young kid. And it just sounds like the music that he's probably listening to.
Yeah, that was hate, bro.
But that's fine. You don't got to like
I don't
everything.
want to hate on a kid. I just feel like we've seen this before. We will continue to see this, and I'm tired of it. That's my stance, bro.
My hot take is that Rihanna never needs to drop more music again.
It's not a hot take, bro.
An individual thing.
She knows that. And we all know it.
I thought until about a month ago was like, I need new Rihanna music. I need a new tape from her. I got to hear something from her. I think that going out on top is fine. And what really made me do that is seeing Lauryn Hill get bigged up so crazy for her album. You know what I mean? It's not about having to put out 5 10s or any of that. It's like, sometimes you put your all into a project, into a career, and you say all you have to say. And now you're just on a whole different stage of your life. So
Yeah.
I'm over asking for new Rihanna music. I'm over expecting new Rihanna music. I think that rather than doing that, just enjoy what's already out there and celebrate this new era of her life that she's in right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd love another Rihanna album,
Yes.
but it also seems definitely like it wouldn't live up to expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it could be as good as Anti. That's one of the best albums released, probably in the last decade. Not the last decade, the 2010s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree with you. She doesn't need to. I think she knows that. I don't know if she will.
It might be over.
My hot take.
Oh, you have one for real?
Yeah.
Not about my hats.
Not about your hats. I was gonna come on here and apologize, but actually, I'm just gonna double down.
Oh God.
I think what Cash Cobain is doing right now is really dope. I think all the production credits, the different beats that he's doing, all that shit is really fire, and even the sexy drill movement is really cool. But I think if he wants to get a song that charts, he needs to do it in the next 2 months before it's too late. Because after that, I don't think it's gonna happen.
What could Drake be doing that's so interesting right now?
He's at his kid's soccer game.
Oh.
Did you hear Spencer's hot take?
Yeah, I mean, we already know I disagree with it, but
You think Cash's sound like lives like not his beats, not his production, but actually him rapping on his production. You think that's gonna be around for a while?
No, but I believe in him as an artist, and I believe in him as somebody that can. Yeah, I believe in him as an artist. I think Sexy Drill definitely has a timer on it because I think it will get oversaturated super quick, and it is a moment for sure.
Yeah,
I think that sound needs to change, but I do believe in him as a producer, artist, songwriter, and I think he's going to be around for a long time. So I don't necessarily disagree with your take on what's going on right now, but I disagree with the Cash take. I
like that, and I also don't want to hate on Cash because he will have top 10, maybe number 1 songs that he will be a part of. You know what I mean? Like he is one of the most impactful producers of this year, if not the most in hip hop. You know what I mean? Crazy moment, great artist. He will have a sound after this. He'll be a part of plenty of records. I just don't know if what he's doing right now, you know, like
as an artist, you're saying.
Yeah. Yes. As a solo artist, you know, like Rump Punch. For me, I didn't really like it, man, and I wanted to, you know, but it didn't really do it for me. And I'm like, okay, I'm tired of hearing this song. Mm-hmm. Not that it even sounds that much the same as the other ones, but like, you know, I need something different.
I don't know. With his music, I definitely think like the great stuff just stands far and away. Like it you could tell the difference between the great stuff and the mid stuff very easily. You know what I mean? Things that kind of just fall into the pack.
What's the great stuff?
I think Fisher's a great one. I think the one with him and Chow, they did it on the block for 2 years ago. I'm forgetting the name, but I think there's a couple cuts on a Slizzy Dialogue. I think Rump is a great one. You know what I mean? But like Dunk Contest, it's just all right to me. Rump Punch is just all right to me.
I want to rump like. Well, you think Rump is a?
I really like that song.
It's a good song.
I think that's one of his better songs for sure.
Well, I mean that's Chow, right? That's Chow's song.
No.
Rump?
It's Cash's song.
Oh, my bad.
I just want to get this now because what's the one? Oh, Jay Holiday too. Like that type shit is crazy to me. I really, really like those moments. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's always going to be around as a producer. The artist shit is still to be determined. I think he has a lot of work to do still.
Slizzy.
You know? Thank y'all for watching, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Catch you on the next one. Peace.